Okay, it's Monday, Memorial Day, and after some discussion of the dandelion, I just wanted to give a quick update. So, I watered my garden this morning. This is what the dandelion looks like. So, I hadn't been giving it water. I decided to give it some. We'll see if it bounces back. I'm just kind of curious. Good morning, gardening fans. It's Wednesday, June the 1st. At a little bit past 10, or just before 10:30. I'm fighting off the flu, so I'm going to try and make this one really quick. Basically, just want to point out the sort of notables in the garden, and there was one small bean plant here. I've now moved it to the center of this larger planter. The plants in here have been doing so well, I decided to take a chance, especially since the one that was sitting over here looked a lot like this one. So it's kind of hard to see amongst all the others. You can kind of see the stem there. Maybe a little hard to find the leaves, but it's only this tall right now, and it actually did have there's a little bit of a flower on there. I don't know if you can see that, so it may be bearing fruit, and I just figured it was probably the healthiest, so I'd try and move it over there. I also noticed that on Monday's update, the dandelion here, that I think my batteries went dead because it gets cut off a little bit. So basically what I was going to say on Monday was that it hadn't been watered, and that I was going to give it some water, and then that would be it. I don't want to water it very often, but it was wilting, and I wanted to see if it would bounce back with just one day's worth of water, and I haven't touched it since then, and that's how it's doing. So for those somebody made some comments about dandelion, and ultimately I don't know if this is, so, because I haven't seen the main stem come up the middle and give me any kind of flower. So, and on the tomatoes, which has been a major sort of news thing in the garden here, I've got a lot of buds that have pretty much dried out, so they really haven't turned into anything. There's buds right here. I don't know if I can get that into picture. There's actually, looks like a tomato on there, but the rest of it kind of looks like it's dead, so I don't know. We'll see if that turns into anything. It probably needs a little bit more milk. There was some discussion about fertilizers. I couldn't actually find the fertilizer at the local Lowe's. I haven't tried the Home Depot for it. We'll see. But meanwhile, I'm basically figuring that I may throw a little bit of Miracle-Gro at it. I haven't decided yet. I'm really trying not to overdo it and then end up killing the plant that way. And then just to give you the tomato itself. Let's see if we got that in picture. There we go. So that's what the tomato looks like. I don't really think it's all that much bigger. Sometimes I look at it, I think it is bigger, but I'm not sure. So we'll see. I mean, if it continues to grow and it finally changes color to these sort of red and yellow stripes, I'll know that it's a fully grown tomato, and I'll enjoy it. That's it for now. Okay, maybe that isn't it for now. I just wanted to make a quick update that I've got another of the chamomile plants has started to produce flowers, and I tried the other day. I just took 3 of these little flowers that had already dried, stuck them in an infuser, and had a really wonderful cup of tea. So I would really encourage anybody that really likes chamomile. It takes a little while for it to grow. I suppose it depends on your zone and the rest of that. But once it comes up, I don't know if you can see, there's all these itty-bitty little flowers coming up on these stems, and that's probably about 1 foot to 14 inches tall. So really good. I'm really enjoying it. Good morning. It's Friday, June 3rd at a little bit before noon, and here's what we've got. Let's see, the watermelons are actually doing decently. The broomcorn doing fairly well. The lemon cucumber, the one that's growing, is doing well. The other one hasn't germinated. We got a yard long that hasn't germinated. You're going to hear some more of that. The beans are doing remarkably well. Turns out this one over here, I'm starting to wonder, if you look at that, it's not exactly like a string bean. It's getting larger like a pea, but I don't think it's actually pea. So it might actually be a lima bean. I've never actually seen what the pod looks like for a lima bean, so that may be it. I'm going to have to try and look it up on the internet. Various flowers on the two pole beans. And this other one over here, let's see, I'm not seeing much for flowers. Okay, that's right, I tried to train that one up. Oh, actually, look, it is going up, it's training up. So I can probably get rid of those now, the little clamps, or whatever you want to call them. The one in the middle here that I transplanted had a flower on it. Still got the flower. Let's see if I can get that in there. Easier to just move the leaf out of the way. But you can kind of see where there's a flower there. So let's see what that turns into. This is the other bean, or pea plant that was similar to that one. We got a crookneck here that's just hanging in there. None of my seeds for new squash plants from seeds I saved from squashes I bought have germinated yet. But as I learned from January and February, it takes a while for them to germinate, despite some things that I've read about, 7 to 14 days or whatever. It seems like in this climate they take a little while, a month, a little bit more. So I'm going to give them a little bit more time. The corn is looking really nice. And the tomatoes. Here's the real sort of nice thing. I think I said in my last update that we might have some tomatoes. Well, they got that much bigger since the last time. They were barely sticking out of the flowers. Now there's actual bulbs there. That's a couple of new ones there. So we'll come around and look at the first one. Doesn't look like it's, oddly enough, it looks like it's getting a little bit bigger, but I can't quite tell. For those that might be curious, there's the dandelion, and we'll go downstairs. So here's the big ones. And I'm finally seeing some signs, although it might be hard to show here, of actual flowers coming up on this really big one. So we'll see if any of them turn out to be female flowers. I might get an idea of what it is. Hard to show, but trust me, there's what looks like flower buds starting to come up. So here's the small stuff, mostly looking spindly, but still surviving. But the real surprise I just got looking at it is the coyote squash. Just this one, which is working its way up to a point where now I need to put a bigger pole in, which I think I'll go do.